Respected and all participants, and welcome and thank you for being here to hear us. And our presentation topic you can see the textbook analysis, critical discourse analysis of adult literacy book series. So first of all, we want to introduce myself. I'm Sima Bhurtel, a student of MA thesis year,
and I'm Shankar, and student of thesis year. I'm at Sima University.
So first we talk about the outline of the presentation, what we are talking about in the presentation. First is the introduction. It was a research project that we have conducted in the 4th semester, so we are going to share our research here. And then the objectives we said for the presentation, and then the methodology part, what we have done to collect data and analyze them, then the finding and discussion, and lastly the conclusion of the research. So this is a book. We have collected data from 2 books. The series, the Mero Saksharta Pustak from Non-Formal Education Sanatumi Bhaktapur for the adult literacy, and another is the post-literacy book, who completed the literacy, my literacy book, and they study the my post-literacy book, Mero Saksharta Pustak. And then we talk about the introduction of our research, and why we take the textbook for our research.
Okay, let's introduce the textbook. If we talk about the textbook, textbook is one of the teaching materials. It supports teaching learning activities in many ways. We can use another materials to teach, but textbook is more necessary than others. Such as videos and other chart graph can be used in teaching learning, but textbook is very important in teaching and learning. And textbooks are powerful tools of disseminating the ideologies. If we talk about the textbook, we can find certain ideologies in textbooks, and textbooks are created, written, or implemented by the elite group of people. Textbook, the people, they are from policy level. They create the textbook, they write textbook, they implement textbooks. So it is the representation of the elite group of the society. And here one scholar Sajid 2015 says textbook can be the means of reproduce ideology and power relation. Here we are going to talk about the ideology. Here discourse is spoken a written form of the language, and we relate those languages in power with power. And other researcher Grade says it is used as a standard source of information. It means books used as a standard source of information. We can collect different information from the book, and information for formal study of a subject and an instrument for teaching and learning. Here the context is different from this definition, because we are in non-formal education. We also use the textbook in non-formal education too. And here is the some of the reason behind the textbook. Why we use the textbook? And we use the textbook because it is highly important instructional materials, and it can be guide for unexperienced teacher. And if the experienced teacher use the textbook, he can use more easily than other sources like videos, graphs, than others. And textbook provide idea to plan a lesson. Okay, one teacher can take the idea from textbook to design his lesson, and what type of activities have to include in his teaching and learning. And another is both textbook helps both student and teacher during the course time. Okay, let's talk about the critical discourse analysis. Critical discourse analysis is emerged from the critical linguistics, and critical discourse analysis is the branch of applied linguistics. And
so critical discourse analysis don't think anything is granted. It go through the text and it find the hidden meaning of the text. So here in the my literacy and post literacy book, we try to find the hidden meaning, hidden ideology behind the textbook. So we apply here the multimodal analysis of and the multimodal analysis of Chris and Van Leeuwen. So here we try to find out the opaque, which are seen and transparent, and as well as the hidden meaning or hidden reality of the textbook, which we try to show in the textbook. And there is the reason that why we choose the My Literacy book and not other textbook is a critical discourse analysis. So we can see as the government changes in our country, the education policy also changes. So they go side by side. Education and politics go side by side. And if the government or any government policy try to implement some textbook, it obviously has an ideology behind it. So it reflects the policy of government. One reason that, and this also try to analyze from feminist perspective the gender balance, and we try to analyze that how women are represented on the textbook, and what is the position of women in the condition reality, what is the reality of women in the textbook, what has been portrayed in these series of textbook, and we try to find out the position of women and their social role, representation, and inclusiveness in the textbook. So to conduct the research, we say the two objectives here, and that are to investigate how My Literacy book series portrays male and female according to their role and status, and health, education, socio-economic empowerment, representation, and inclusiveness. And another is to examine to what extent the gender balance is in the textbook.
And to fulfill these two objectives, we use here the critical discourse analysis as the method of data collection and interpretation analysis. Here is two part of methodology. First is materials and another is procedure. If I talk about materials, here is two literacy book. We call series My Literacy book and My Post Literacy book, which is published by a government agency, Non-Formal Education Center, Sima Bhurtel, and it is for the illiterate people, illiterate adult people, to make them literate. And there are two books, and first one is My Literacy books, which has 91 pages altogether and 39 lessons. And the second book, My Post Literacy book, has 155 pages and 40 lessons. And procedure. Critical discourse analysis itself is a qualitative method of data analysis and interpretation. And in this research, we use the multimodal analysis of Bhurtel, Kress, and Van Leeuwen, 2006. And in this analysis, we analyze the lesson or the text and the context of the lesson and picture related to the text. We analyze these three things, and it was analyzed to determine if the series is successfully gender balanced or not. Okay, let's talk about findings and discussion. We have four section. We divided our findings into four section. These are social roles and status of women, and health education and socio-economic empowerment, representation, and the inclusiveness.
The first finding of our research is the social role and status of women, and we found that there is a gender stereotype that has been established in this book. For example, the low prestigious job and low income generative tax has been provided to the female. You can see that the doctor and nurse, there is the gender stereotype, and okay, the lawyer is only the male. And you can see the pathetic condition of one woman. There is a poem about a girl named Kopila who got married at the age of 13. So it tries to establish a gender stereotype in society. And however,
Can you go back and okay, that one. So what are these can down to some lines?
या 13 वर्षको उमेरमा कोपिलाको विवाह भयो। 2 वर्षपछि उनी एक आमाकी छोरी बनिन्। 5 वर्षपछि सन्तान बढ्दै गयो, सन्तान बढ्दै गयो, शरीर घट्दै गयो। फेरि 7 वर्षपछि तेस्रो सन्तानको जन्म भयो। बिरामी भई धेरै दुःख पायो। कोपिलाको दुःखबाट हामी कुरा बुझौँ, बाल विवाह गर्नु हुन यो कुरा चाहिँ
कोपिलालाई पनि दुःख रहेछ।
It shows the status of women today. And even in the 21st century, the women of Nepal has been victim of the child marriage, and they become early age pregnancy, and so they have this type of social problem has been shown in the book. And another finding is the health, education, and socio-economic empowerment. And it is the book tries to avoid the woman. I think the book tries to emphasize only the woman, because the most of the time they have been the men has not been presented. The woman has the character who is in the book series of book. They have been most of the time they are female, and they show that Rama खेतमा काम गर्छिन्, Sabina घरको काम गर्छिन्, Sabina भाँडामा छिन्, something like that. And it shows that, and sometimes they show that they need to go to the Saksharata classes, because they don't show any male to go to the Saksharata class, because only it emphasizes that women should go to the Saksharata class, not the males. So it also focuses on the emphasis of women on literacy, not the higher education. And in some pictures it shows that the male are the banker, officer, policeman, lawyer, doctor, and the women are working in the household and the housekeeper, household service, housewife, something. This character has been given to the book.
This book writer should be brought here and very interesting.
Okay, here is some pictures related to health education and socio-economic empowerment. You can see
the differences.
And some women are going for a pregnancy checkup. They take her children to the vaccination, polio drops.
Again here the doctor is male. You can see here.
And you can see the picture. They are all women, and who going for Saksharata
It means no, men do not need literacy class. Only female.
You know why? In the class, the boys hardly sit in the class. Yes. Men might have both the class.
That women should save money through the different activities like mushroom farming, poultry farm, and beekeeping. Something. Such activities makes the woman money, and they can save to the bank, and they can use for their future. So this picture shows that the women are going to for saving their money, some withdrawal.
What
And
about
you
the
can see
boys?
that the bank officer are also the male, not the female. And there is one, but I think they are
Majority.
most of them, you can see that, most of the bank officer, and so the who are going to save are the female. And another finding of our this research is the representation. And we can say that if although there is gender stereotype, most of the women are showing that they are very good person, very loyal, they are very hardworking. And only one time there was a male role, a male character has been presented, who is the smoker, drunkard, and gambler.
We can see the picture.
You can see the one male has presented in that series of textbook. And we saw that the male are gambler, smoker, and they are not a good person of the society. It shows that the male and female are not against each other. They are the two sides of one coin. They go side by side. They can go each other, supporting each other, helping each other. But it shows that they are totally against each other. And women are hardworking, laborers, they need education, but the males are the drunkard, smoker, and they have bad habits. Yeah, totally different, yeah. And another is the inclusiveness. Here in the series of textbook, we can see the inclusiveness of male and female and different caste, religion as well. And there is a picture that where the different caste, there is no gender biasness and there is gender balance. You can see that. The all caste and religion has been presented in the picture of map of Nepal.
Within there.
And from the discussion, we go to the conclusion that, and there are some roles, social roles that has been established is that some are the role of male and some are the female. Even the textbook is not free of gender bias. It should be gender balance. So it is not a gender balance. So and some textbooks are it shows the reality of Nepali society. According to the census 2011, only 57% of female are literate and 75% of male are literate. So there is a gap or division between the male literacy and female literacy. So it may be to fulfill that gap, the government of Nepal or non-formal education tries to emphasize the literacy education to the female. And women empowerment is necessary. We try to show that women should be economically empowered educationally and they should be helped economically, they should be uplifted from the education. And another is the health education and income generating tasks. To be economically empowered, they should do the income generating tasks like poultry farming, mushroom farming, vegetable farming, something like not the higher education. They should do the such small things to save some money for their children and for their future.
And finally, this series shows patriarchal ideology existed in the society. These two book series, adult literacy book series, shows the present condition of Nepalese society. And this is the end of our presentation. And references here is the reference.